He said, pray as you see me pray. Utter these words that you hear me say. Based on the Sunnah, worship Him, just follow them.
Assalamu alaikum. New class coming to you every Monday and Wednesdays, taught by Ustad Layla Nashiba, the fiqh of prayer. Every Monday and Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Inshallah, we'll see you there. Streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers.
Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he taught us everything we need to know about how to live and earn the love and mercy of Allah. He didn't forget anything, nor did he leave anything out. It's up to us to seek the correct knowledge and understanding of this religion, and then don't just say it with the tongue. Don't just think it's in the heart. But instead, we have to show it through our behavior, through our actions, through the choices that we make in life. As we talked about earlier today in our first class, a lot of people think that faith is, or Iman is just in the heart. It's just my faith is in my heart and actions have nothing to do with it. That's not correct. Okay. If a person truly believes in Allah, it's going to show. Through your actions, you will fulfill the obligations that Allah has imposed upon us. Prayer is an obligation, so you would pray. You would wear your hijab because this is an obligation imposed upon us. You would grow your beard if you're a man because this is an obligation imposed upon you. And we would all seek the correct knowledge, the correct understanding of this deen, because again, seeking knowledge and understanding of this deen is an obligation upon us. So, that's just, to reinforce what we talked about earlier. So for tonight, we covered all the pillars and the sunnahs of the prayer. Let's test you guys right quick. Who can tell me what are the sunnahs of the prayer? What are the sunnahs of the prayer? Anyone? What are the sunnahs of the prayer? Can anyone tell us?
I can try. But from what I remember of Sunnah, aside the pillar is the opening, like when you raise your hands, but the rest, raising your hands and the rest of the positions is the Sunnah.
What do you mean by rest of the positions? Raising your hands.
Raising your hands.
In the rest. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's correct. Raising the hands is a pillar. Keep going.
The phrases you say when you're bowing and when you're prostrating.
Good job. Those are sunnahs too. Good job.
The first sitting of the tashahhud, the first part is the sunnah. Like when you do 2 rakats and you sit through the tashahhud.
Okay, the tashahhud. You're saying the tashahhud is not the sitting, but the tashahhud.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first tashahhud. Okay, the first tashahhud is a sunnah. Correct.
What else? I think reciting other than the Fatiha is a sunnah.
Exactly. Good job.
I'm sorry. I think my mind is blank right now.
That's good. You did almost all of them. Who can give us the it's only about a couple that she missed. Who can give us the ones she missed? What are other sunnahs of the prayer? Anyone? Who's in that Zoom?
I know one of the sunnah of the prayer is the taslim to the left.
Good job. Good job.
And then I can't remember which one because I came in here on half of what she said.
What about putting the arms across the chest?
Oh yeah, putting the arms across the chest is a sunnah too.
Good job.
I mean, it's a sunnah as well.
Good job. What about the second part of the tashahhud?
Yeah, the second part of the tashahhud is a sunnah as well.
Good job. Good job. Those are all the sunnahs. Those are all the sunnahs of the prayer. Okay, and who can tell us the pillars of the prayer? Let's go through the pillars.
Pillars of the prayer is your intentions, of course, of anything that you always do. It's always your intentions as a pillar first. The standing up is a pillar. The saying, raising your hand and saying Allahu Akbar opens the prayer is a pillar. The standing in itself, I think I just said that. The Fatiha, reciting the Fatiha and every surah is a pillar.
Let me call you back.
Bowing down is a pillar. Prostration on the floor is a pillar. When I say bowing down, I'm talking about on your knees. Put your hand on your knees, bowing down. And then the sitting and saying the tashahhud. And then the taslim to the right.
Exactly. Those are the sunnahs and the pillars of the prayer. So, and I started this series off by teaching you how to pray first, because I do have a lot of new shahadas here, especially the ones from Reddit. And I wanted you guys, and they wanted me to go into detail about how to pray. And so let me ask this question too. And for the people, if you don't know the Fatiha, or you don't know what to say in any of the positions of the prayer, what do you do instead? If you don't know the Fatiha and you don't know what to say when you're bowing or whatnot, what do you do? What do you do? Just don't pray, or what?
Because then you say Allahu Akbar, and then you say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah. And you go do that in each of those positions.
Exactly. Good job. You say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, and La ilaha illallah in all those positions until you learn the Fatiha, until you learn the Tashahhud, until you learn to say Sami Allahu liman hamidan. By the way, that is a sunan, as the sister said. So that means, to answer your question, Brother Ahmad, Ahmed, rather, if you forget to say Sami Allahu liman hamidan, Rabbana wa lakal hamd, your prayer is still accepted. So, mashallah, these are the things that we spoke about the prayer. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm going backwards. Now we're going to go over purification. I'm going to go over the steps of purification for the prayer. I did the prayer first because I had to get these new shahadas praying. Now that the new shahadas are praying, I'm going to go over purification. And tonight what I'm going to do is focus in on the etiquettes of the bathroom, because I got some new Muslims here, and based on the questions you've been asking me on the Q&A, we're going to talk about the etiquettes of the bathroom. And also I got some Muslims who've been Muslim all their life who don't know the etiquettes of the bathroom. So that's what we're going to be discussing tonight. Let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen so inshallah everyone can see. Okay, so, but this is the heading of purification. But today we're just going to start off with the bathroom etiquettes. And let me make this larger. Okay, a lot of your questions are going to get answered. Although I have answered these questions, I'm going to give you all the evidence so you can look at it. Now, a lot of you have asked me, in fact, I just had this question asked 2 Fridays ago. Can I wear something that has Allah's name on it when I go into the bathroom? Before we speak about the bathroom, I want everyone to understand something. Let me make this larger so you can see what I have to look at me as I'm speaking. First of all, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam lived in the 6th century. In the 6th century, the Arabs did not have bathrooms. They did not have bathrooms. They did not have a closet. Okay, they lived in the desert. They dug trenches for the waste. So any hadith that you read and that's translated into English is using the English word bathroom. It's really speaking about outhouse, the place where you go to relieve yourself. In other words, does everybody understand me? So we're not talking about a bathroom. We have beautiful bathrooms today. Some of us can live in our bathroom. Okay. The bathroom consists of a tub, a shower area, a sink area. The toilet is somewhere, even in some homes, our toilet is in a closet by itself. So the hadiths that speak about bathroom doesn't mean a literal bathroom like what we have today. It's speaking about the area that you defecate and you urinate in. So for you and me, it would be sitting on the toilet. Everybody understand? So all the hadiths addressing bathroom, you look at it in your mind is sitting on the toilet. They didn't have toilets back then. Or you're in a stall. You're in a stall, a toilet stall, an outhouse, a toilet stall. That's the first thing. Remember, we don't have the intelligence. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that our nation doesn't have the intelligence that the Christians have. You know, we take things literal. Okay, you read a hadith that's translated into English that says bathroom, you're thinking of your bathroom in your house. No, it's talking about the place where you're urinating and defecating. It would be sitting on the toilet for you and me, or in the stall, the toilet stall. So that's the first thing we have to understand. If we don't understand that, these hadiths are not going to make sense. And that's where we get lost. Because we don't understand, because we don't know the history, we call each other kafir. You will hear me make a quote a hadith and I give you the meaning of it. And because in your mind, you think that the Prophet used to use a bathroom. So you will call me a kafir. When the Prophet, bathrooms didn't exist for the Arabs. Didn't have them. Okay? This is the 6th century. So let's put the hadith on the screen. Let me make my thing bigger, larger. Okay. So a lot of you will come to me and ask me the question, Sister Layla, can I carry something that has Allah's name on it in the bathroom? Let's take a look at these hadiths. It's not proper for a person to carry something that has Allah's name upon it into the place where you're going to urinate and defecate, unless you're afraid somebody's going to lose it or steal it. And this is based on this hadith, whereas the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had a ring that was engraved with his name, the messenger of Allah. And he would remove that ring whenever he went to the bathroom because it had Allah's name on it. He didn't want to be, and remember, he didn't go to a bathroom. He would go to the trench and he would, stoop, to urinate or defecate. Okay. He would take his ring off to show respect for Allah. He didn't want to be caught holding his private part with Allah's name on his hand or wiping himself, nor would he want to take Allah's beautiful name into an area that's filled with filth and dirt. So that's why the Prophet would remove it. Does this mean that it's haram? No. We didn't say it's haram. We're just saying it's not good etiquette. So if you have on, which you shouldn't, by the way, you guys shouldn't wear jewelry that has Allah's name on it, to be honest. Okay. But let's say that you had a necklace on it. It had the name of Allah on it. You should take it off before you go to sit on the toilet to urinate or defecate, just to show respect for Allah. But if you really want to show respect for Allah, don't wear anything with his name on it. Don't put Allah's name on your body. That's the better way to show respect to him. Okay? But is somebody a kafir? Is somebody going to hell because they happen to have a necklace on and they use the bathroom? That's a different question. No. Okay? What about this? When I go to answer the call of nature, should I hide myself so other people cannot see me? Yes, because remember the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said faith consists of different branches. And one of the branches of faith or belief in Allah is to be modest, especially if you're going to defecate. You don't want people to see you, nor hear you, nor smell you. We have this hadith from one of the companions. He said, we were traveling with the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he would only relieve himself when he was out of sight. In other words, the Prophet never let anyone watch him while he's using the bathroom. Okay? When the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanted to relieve himself, he would go where no one could see him. Nowadays, I notice a big issue, how immodest we are. I know Muslim children, guys, this is no lie. I know Muslim children who have no shame to the point that they'll use the bathroom with other people in the bathroom watching them. I've seen it. I've seen kids just go in the bathroom, take off their pants and use the bathroom. Don't care that I'm standing there brushing my teeth or somebody's standing there. No shame. You need to correct your children on this. How many of you take your cell phone in the bathroom with you? Oh yeah, that's another big one. How many of us go to use the toilet and we got our cell phone with us so you people can hear you? And sometimes, who is that? Excuse me, who was that, guys? Is anybody here?
The mic probably came on.
On who? I don't have any moderators here, right? No moderators here, so that means that was one of them hacking guys. That wasn't nobody's mic, because that was a person that came in and called my name, right? Didn't they say Layla?
The person left. I couldn't touch the name, but it's a regular person.
What happened?
Like Mina said, the light just went off, and that's what happened.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say, if I ain't hear nobody here, I'll keep this thing open so I can ban. Okay, where am I at?
With the cell phone in the bathroom.
Okay. All right, guys, I apologize for that. Wait, let me make this back to my new shahadas. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, shahadas. Let me fix this screen back. Every time I have to look in the Zoom room, it messes my screen up. Hold on. Okay, so, oh, wait a minute. Let me fix it back. That's still too big. Can y'all see it now? Okay, new shahadas, y'all see that? Well, I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, yeah, how many of you take your cell phones in the bathroom with you? You know, we shouldn't do that. And I know for the new shahadas, you know, no, you know, you want to have some type of modesty. You know, modesty is a component of faith. Okay, so try not to let people see you, hear you, or smell you when you're defecating. Close the door. Something I used to have to tell my grandkids all the time. I still tell them. When my grandkids come to visit and they go use the bathroom, first of all, I keep my bathroom doors closed because my cats will go in there and tear up the toilet paper. I got cats that love to play with toilet paper. Plus, I just feel like the bathroom should be closed. That's the place where people go to urinate and defecate. So I keep it closed. But every time my grandkids come to visit, you know, they'll leave that door. I have to tell them, get in there and close that bathroom door. You know, don't use the bathroom with the door open. And when you get through, close it too, to keep the smells and stuff off, and turn the fan on. By the way, guys, teach your children to turn the fan on in the bathroom. If you got the bathroom like I got, that's nice. We got a fan. Ain't no window in there, but there's a fan. Turn it on to get the smell out. Cleanliness is closer to godliness. So yes, you should try to hide yourself. Okay. Also, here's another question. A lot of people ask me this. Is there a certain thing that I should do? Or is there something that I have to do when I enter the bathroom? Well, it's from the Sunnah. I repeat, it's from the Sunnah. What does that mean? That means you don't have to do it. That means that Allah is not going to throw you in hell because you don't do this. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam encouraged us that whenever you enter the place to relieve yourself, that you mention Allah's name and seek refuge in him. And not just that, but even when you take your clothes off. Say, for example, you want to change your clothes. You should say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. How many of us do that? When you take your clothes off, I do. Say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Why? Because that way, if there's any evil jinn, remember the jinn and the angels are part of the unseen world. We can't see them, but they can see us. You know, if there's any evil jinn around you, that'll protect you from them bothering you. And the jinn do things to you. I've seen it. I worked with the jinn for 36 years. The jinn will play with you. They'll do all kind of crazy things to you. They like to look at you when you're naked. They like to peek in your windows. Oh, yeah. Even if the jinn are afraid of you, they don't want to come in your house. They'll sit outside that window and wait for you to strip your clothes off. They're going to come peek in there. You know, so always mention the name of Allah because that's a protection for you. And when you enter the place, you go into the stall. When you go into the stall where the toilet is, say A'udhu billahi, because that's where you urinate. That's where you defecate. And if there are any jinn, they'll be right there. They drink the water and stuff. Oh, yeah. They like filthy things. Mm-hmm. And what's the basis of this? Well, we have this hadith. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he would enter where the people urinated and defecated, and he would say, A'udhu billahi. He would say, oh Allah. Wait a minute, hold on for a second. I gotta get this in case. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Assalamu alaikum. You on your way over here or what?
Yeah.
Where you at? Why are you talking all crazy?
What you mean? I just woke up. My baby was, she got her shots today, and I got my flu shot.
Oh, you got your flu shot? Okay, well, you on your way over here now?
Yeah, what?
Where you at?
I gotta stop at Walmart to get her some milk first.
Okay,
I'm on my way.
do me a favor. You know, what's that place called? Sheets? You know they coffee good. Girl, they got coffee good better than Starbucks. Go buy Sheets if you pass one. They got a drive-through. And get me their ice white mocha. Give me an ice white mocha coffee with caramel drizzle. Hello. Can you do that?
I left her freaking diaper bag. God.
Well, can you do that, Jayla? Yeah, it's Sheets. They got, Carmetta showed me that place. That coffee good. And it's only $4. All right.
I don't care about that, right?
Okay, good. You gonna give me some money to get my hair done too?
I ain't got no money.
Jayla, I need to get my hair done. Seriously, give me $85. Well, when you get here, we'll talk about it. Assalamu alaikum. I love you. Gotta get my hair done. I'm sorry, guys. Granddaughter coming over. I need some coffee. I need to get my hair done. Give me some money. All right. So anyway, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was saying, "The name of Allah, oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from male and female beings," talking about the devils. So this is why, I mean, it's a sunan. It's not an obligation. Let me get this straight. Because one of the brothers asked this question, am I going to go to hell, Sister Layla, because I forgot to say A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim when I went to the bathroom? No. It's a highly recommended sunnah because it'll protect you. Okay? And also, guys, there's another hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when you enter the bathroom, enter with your left foot. This is a sunan as well. It's not an obligation. It's a sunan. And then when you come out with your right foot. That's a sunan too. You're not going to go to hell because you didn't. Also, more etiquettes of the bathroom. And this is a question that a lot of people ask. I can't tell you how many times I get this question. Sister Layla, is it haram to talk in the bathroom? Is it haram to talk to the bathroom in the bathroom? No. I want you guys to remember, whenever somebody tells you that something is haram or that you're supposed to do something or that you can't do something, like I was telling the sister in my class earlier, they have to bring the clear nas, the clear verse that says those exact words. Not a fatwa, not an opinion, not what the Imam said, not what Ibn Taymiyyah said, not what Imam Nawawi said. There has to be a clear verse from either Allah or the Messenger of Allah saying it is forbidden to talk in the bathroom. Y'all understand that? If there's no clear nas, no clear words like that from Allah or the Prophet, then you can't, who cares what these other people have to say? Okay. So let's talk about this question. Here we go with these hadiths. And I got it so little I can't see. Let me see if I can make this a little larger. That's the problem with me on Zoom. I can't see. Okay, let's look at this hadith. It's recommended. And again, this is why I told you guys you have to know the difference between a bathroom and sitting on the toilet. It's recommended that you not mention Allah's name. That you do not, I repeat, mention Allah's name. Okay, when you're defecating or when you're urinating, again, out of respect. So say, for example, I'm sitting on the toilet having a movement and somebody comes in the house and says, "Assalamu alaikum, Layla, I'm here." Just say hi. Or I'm in the bathroom, but do not respond to the greeting because, again, out of respect for Allah, you don't want to mention Allah's name. That's disrespectful when you're defecating or urinating. Okay? Say the adhan is being called on your cell phone. Do you repeat the adhan? No, I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm urinating. I'm defecating. Now, what about this? I am not sitting on the toilet. I am not having a bowel movement. I'm in the bathroom washing clothes. My bathroom, one of them, has my washer and dryer in it. Yeah, we got bathrooms today. The Prophet didn't have no bathroom. Say I'm in the bathroom washing my laundry and somebody says, "Assalamu alaikum, Layla." Can I say wa alaikum salam? Yes, because I am not urinating. I am not defecating. I am not even where the toilet is. The toilet is where we answer the call of nature. I'm nowhere near the toilet. I'm in the washer and dryer. Okay? Say I'm in the bathroom because that's where my washer and dryer is. I'm in the closet for the washer and dryer. I have a closet and I want to hear Dr. Dramali's lecture. Can I take my phone in the bathroom and sit it on the sink so I can listen to the lecture? Yes. If you guys call on me, which a lot of times y'all be doing when I'm doing my laundry in that bathroom, Layla, Sister Layla, Sister Layla. Oh yeah, I'll turn that phone or turn that laptop up so y'all can hear me. Yes, this is not haram. We have to be careful, guys. If you're sitting on the toilet answering the call of nature and somebody sneeze, you do not say Yarhamakallah, Alhamdulillah, because you're answering the call of nature. Again, it's to show respect. And where's the dalil for all this? Well, Ibn Umar tells us that a man passed by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he greeted him while the Prophet was urinating. The Prophet did not return his greeting. And here you can see the Prophet was urinating. He was urinating. This is respect. That's not the same as me washing my clothes. That's not the same as me brushing my teeth. If I was at the sink in my bathroom, brushing my teeth, or what I usually do, putting on makeup, curling my hair, can I talk? Can I say Allah? Yes. Does everybody understand? Then we have another hadith where Abu Sa'id tells us that he heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, isn't it true that Allah detests those who talk while they are relieving themselves? This is what I'm talking about. I am maqasid. What is my way of teaching you guys? I make you analyze the words. The Prophet says while relieving yourself. He didn't say in the bathroom. He says don't mention Allah's names while you are relieving yourself, while you're urinating, while you're defecating. This is disrespect. But if I'm in the bathroom cleaning the bathroom up, I can say Allahu Akbar. If I'm washing my clothes, folding them up, I can say Allah. If I'm listening to a lecture while I clean the floor, I can talk and say Allah. Y'all understand? But again, nothing says it's haram. There is no hadith on this planet that says it's haram to speak at all when you're in the bathroom. You have to be maqasid. You have to be analytical. You have to use the science of analyzation. And y'all know I'm a stickler for that when it comes to my teachings. I use the science of analyzation. I make y'all analyze the linguistics and break down the meaning of these English words. And make y'all read them sentences over and over until y'all get what y'all skipping over. While relieving yourself. That's the key. So I hope that answers the question about talking in the bathroom. Yes, I can talk, listening to lectures or any of that other stuff, but not while I'm urinating or defecating. Okay? It's respect. Respect is another component of faith, guys. Also, this is another issue that the brothers have asked me about. Facing the direction of the Qibla while you urinate or defecate. They asked me about this hadith here, whereas the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whenever you relieve yourself, do not face the Qibla, nor turn your back on it. Once again, we have to use the science of analysis. and also the science of history. I told y'all the way we do the hadiths is the same as the Quran. That's why it's called the science of the hadith, the science of the Quran. You have to know the history. The Prophet Muhammad lived in the 6th century. In the 6th century, like I said, they used to relieve themselves outside in a trench. They didn't have houses like we have today with walls. Okay? So when the prophet said, don't face the direction of the Qibla, he's talking about when you praying outside in the open. Okay? And again, it's not haram. It's just something that you shouldn't do. Why do I say that? Because here's another authentic hadith. Ibn Umar tells us that he was at his sister Hafsa's house, and he saw the prophet relieving himself while he was facing Syria with his back to the Kaaba. And this hadith is authentic, so it shows that here the prophet did put his back against the Kaaba. Okay? So again, we have to be careful saying haram. We talked yesterday about the science of connectivity. Remember, we talked about that, how some verses may connect with another. If a person's going to give you the interpretation of the meaning of a verse of the Quran, see, my specialty is hadith, but we use the same procedure. We use the science of connectivity. When you guys ask me questions about a hadith, I give you the whole story because it connects somewhere else. There's another verse, another hadith whose theme is the same, and they connect the dots. You have to know how to know the dots to connect them. That's the science of hadith. So you can't go around telling people it's haram, to put your back in the direction of the Kaaba, because you're going to come to a person like me who knows them hadiths all by heart, all of them by heart. And I'm going to tell you, what about this one here? The prophet did it at Hafsa's house. He had his back to the Kaaba there. That's connectivity. Mina, do y'all see what I'm trying to show y'all? The science of connectivity. The same way it works with the hadith is how it works with the verses of the Quran. To talk about a subject, a topic, for the interpreter to give the most highest and most correct meaning, he has to know all the verses that connect to that one. Y'all see that? Same science. All right. So it's just something that is encouraged to not do. But guess what? You guys don't have to worry about it. Because again, these hadiths were about answering the call of nature outside, not inside. We have walls. We have this hadith right here, guys. Marwan, he said, I saw Umar, radiallahu anha, sitting on his camel, facing the Qibla when he was urinating. And I said, oh, father of Abdul Rahman, isn't this haram? Umar said, certainly not. He said, it's only forbidden for us if there's no wall. He said, there's a wall in front of me. There's a wall in front of me and between me and the Kaaba. So there it is. You have to know this too. Y'all see how this is another hadith of connectivity. So that's why I try to tell you, brothers, until y'all learn these hadiths, y'all got to stop debating this religion. Until you learn these hadiths by heart, which most of y'all are too old. Stop giving fatwa. Stop answering questions about Islam, because you're going to come upon a person that do know them by heart who's going to call you out. Somebody like me who's going to tell you, how dare you tell the people? How dare you tell the people that when they in their house, they have to make sure that they get a house or build a house or buy or get an apartment that has a bathroom that's not facing the Qibla. How dare you tell people that when we have walls? Y'all see that? And there's the source. You got to know these hadiths. Just like when it comes to interpreting the Quran, you have to know the verses of the Quran because of the science of connectivity. Verses connect to others. Okay? All right. What about this? Abu Musa al-Ash'ari tells us that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to a low, soft part of the ground and urinated. And he said, whenever you urinate, you should choose the proper place to do so. In other words, choose a place when you're urinating outside that's going to protect you from stepping into your waste, or it's going to protect the urine from getting on your feet, or the dung from getting on your feet. Okay? So these are some of the things about answering the call of nature outside. Again, make sure that if there's a wall between you, which there is, if you in an outhouse, there's a wall. So you ain't got to worry about what direction the Qibla is. If you're answering the call of nature in your house, you ain't got to worry about it because you got walls and barricades. But if you outside in the woods, make sure that you don't put your back or front to the Kaaba if you can. But if you can't help but do it, don't worry about it. Because again, the Prophet did it sometimes. It's just a sunnah. And also don't use a hole in the ground. That's based on this hadith here. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbade urinating in a hole. Why? Because that's where the jinn live. The jinn live inside the hole. You don't want to urinate or defecate on top of a jinn or one of its children. And they're going to end up coming after you, terrorizing you in your house because you in their house. You're defaming their house. See this hole in the ground I got here? This is where they live. You're going to come urinate in their house. They're going to follow you home and come and scare you. They're going to become ghosts in your house. Okay? All these hadiths are authentic. I got the sources there. And also, you don't want to urinate or defecate where the people walk. If you're going to be outside, find a place away from the road so that the people don't step in it. That's based on this hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, beware of those actions that will cause people to hate you, that will cause people to curse you. One of those actions is to relieve yourself in the walkway or in the shade where people sit. And then a person go to sit in the shade and they sitting on your dung, or a person walking down the street and they step in your urine. So don't do that. This is bad etiquette. Also, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, none of you should urinate in a bathing place and then make wudu with the water, because the majority of bad thoughts come from that. Okay, what does that mean? Say you're taking a bath. A lot of kids do that. You want to teach your children to not do that. They pee in the tub. They pee in the water and then make wudu. No, because we talked about urination. Okay? We don't do that. It cannot be stagnant water. It has to be water that's clean. So if you don't pee in the tub and then use that dirty water to make wudu with. Now, if you're standing up in the shower and the water is running out a drain, that's different. But if it's a tub and there's no running water a way out. Don't do that. And also, this is the big question a lot of you ask me about. Here it is, bros. Wait a minute. I'm trying to move this out the way so I can read it. What about urinating while standing? I tell you guys all the time, it is not, I repeat, it is not, I repeat again, it is not haram to urinate while standing up. It's better if you sit down. But if you have no choice but to stand, then stand. Where's my dalil? Well, listen to what Aisha, y'all know me. I'm going to throw Aisha's fatwa at you. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, if someone tells you that the Prophet urinated while standing, do not believe him. He only urinated while sitting. But that does not mean that it's haram to stand. Everybody understand that? Aisha said you can stand if the urine will not touch your clothing. So this is why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, and this is why all Muslim men should sit down. You don't want to pray like a dog, like a horse, like the Kafir men. Because when you pray standing up, your urine is going to squirt all over the place. So you should sit down like the Prophet did. It's not haram to stand up and do it, but it's better to do it sitting if you can. Does everybody understand that? Where's my dalil? That is not an obligation. Well, check out this hadith. Hudayfa, may Allah be pleased with him, said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam went to a public garbage dump and he stood and urinated. And when Hudayfa walked away, the Prophet said to him, the Prophet called him over, and then the Prophet made wudu and wiped over his shoes. This hadith is authentic. It's narrated by all the group. So again, connectivity, the science of connectivity. You are not in a position to think you can teach Islam if you don't know these hadiths, all the hadiths. Telling people it's haram to stand. It's not haram. It's very, very much disliked. But you may find yourself in a situation where you have to stand, where you have to stand, where you have to stand. So don't tell people things are haram unless you know the science of the hadith, which most Muslims today know nothing about it because you didn't study it when you were a kid and now you too old to learn it. Okay? Also, nowadays we have toilet paper, we have tissue, we have body wipes and all of that. Back in the Prophet's days, they didn't have all that. So how did they purify themselves? They used to wipe their derriere. Can you imagine? I can't imagine doing that. But they would wipe their derriere with a rock or with a stone or with leaves or water. Okay? Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, tells us that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whenever you go to answer the call of nature, clean yourself with at least 3 rocks. They had rocks back then. Nowadays, guys, you can use those body wipes. Those body wipes you can buy. They got dude wipes and dudette wipes. I use the dude because the dudes are bigger. Get you some dude wipes and take care of your business. And also, you got the butt buddy. Hello, how many of you got the butt buddy? Order it off of Amazon. Put that butt buddy on your toilet and you got you a boudoir. That way you can, a Bedouin. That way you can sit there and turn the water on and it cleans it off. And then you use the dude wipes and wipe it off. But the thing is, you want to make sure that all the urine and feces is cleaned off of you. Does everybody understand that? You don't want to walk around with urine and feces in your underwear. You don't want to walk around with urine and feces on your derriere. So try to clean it all off. The Prophet ﷺ said, purify yourself from urine, because the majority of the people will be punished in the hellfire because they didn't purify themselves after answering the call of nature. And finally, do not use your right hand unless you have no choice. If you can, guys, when you wipe yourself, use your left hand. As Hafsa, the wife of the Prophet, said, the Prophet ﷺ, he would use his right hand to eat, drink, and put his clothes on, and also to take and give. He used his left hand for wiping himself and all those other type of actions. Okay? And after you clean yourself of the feces and clean yourself of the urine, wash your hands. When the Prophet ﷺ relieved himself, Abu Hurairah used to bring him a container of water, and the Prophet would wash his hands together against the dirt to get the smell off. You don't want to walk around with your hands smelling like feces or urine. We got Bath and Body Wash now. Get you that Bath and Body Wash stuff and wash your hands with it. And also, it's recommended that you sprinkle your private parts and underwear with water after you urinate. And that's why I tell you guys, get the butt buddy. How many of you have the butt buddy? I got them on all my toilets. I got 2 bathrooms. All my bathrooms have the butt buddy. The butt buddy is better than the spray. The butt buddy, you just turn the button and it spurts up and take care of the business.